I still see one individual.
If you see them running, fire on them.
Running towards the beach westbound, near the wall tower. At the opposite end of the tunnel. Over.
Who's that across the water? Oh.
Remy on the other side from us.
I've got the female that was the primary suspect.
Someone else jumped down too, right? It was the lady in all black?
Individual, I think
male
red
or
hair,
black.
jumped off as well, to the northern side.
Vehicle was 3 times occupied. 2 were in black, 1 was had red hair.
Betty.
In the water?
I almost made it. Well, the last one going westbound.
Very possible that he just went straight out into the ocean here.
We got the female suspect though, right?
Oh, wait. Individual dressed in all black is down, where they jumped off. And then y'all have a downed individual here. Okay, the last outstanding suspect was the, I think, female with red hair.
As well.
Wait, do y'all see them?
See something with light blue?
I don't know what they were wearing. I just know that they jumped off the eastern side, and then I couldn't see them.
It's coral.
It's coral. It might be, if the suspect got into the water, he might be going westbound towards that sailboat.
We are. I'm gonna clear the peninsula to the north.
I believe the suspect was wearing a beige shirt, had red hair.
So we think there's some in the water, yeah?
Very possible.
Oh, no.
Most likely went westbound towards the sailboat. That's where I last saw him, the suspect.
Remy, if you got 2 down suspects down there?
I'm heading back to Remy. I'll deal with one.
We've got the 2 in the black.
Do that.
Got the driver and then the back passenger.
Alright, 759, I'm still up on the bridge. I've got the car, I'll document that. We'll be taking this back to MRPD 2 Bassett.
I mean, if we have the primary suspect alongside one of the other individuals, if one got away and they weren't even the one who did anything violent, probably worth just sort of cutting our losses here and just dealing with what we got.
I can go to BCSO and grab Air 1 if you guys would like a code 6. I will need a pass.
I mean, I think we're looking at a
That
resisting.
one was literally just purely just resisting. We've got the driver of the vehicle and the one that threw the Molotov in custody.
Hey, firm. Yeah, definitely appropriate call. 390 is going to head back. I can deal with the individual dressed in all black that was down.
Someone take the male suspect or male 95 because I'm so tired.
390. That's the one I'll take.
Okay.
Have an individual with red hair.
Where?
Betty?
We are
Getting out
out
in the water.
I'm gonna get my back home.
We're just south of where the sailboat is. They went underneath, they popped up. They're swimming southbound.
I cuffed him and GSR tested him, came back
Pretty much right on my 20, assuming just south of the
I didn't search him or push him or anything.
sailboat. That's there.
Hello.
Back under the water again.
Hi.
Did Betty jump in?
But I am just gonna have to search you for weapons. Make sure you ain't got anything on you, okay? All right. For the time being, I am gonna be grabbing onto the lockpicks. Don't want you to lockpick out of this. Alongside the wrench and the knife. All right.
Okay. We're above water currently.
Here we are. I really think we should get them moved up to Great Ocean because EMS getting here in an ambulance is going to be a disaster.
Trying to
Load them
southeast
up
currently.
into my scout.
Southeast.
Yeah, so it might be easier to just transport them over there and we just meet them.
You're right. Yeah, I agree.
It's okay if 248.
I didn't realize they were
done
pretty much there already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't want an ambulance coming down here because
Thank you, I appreciate it.
we're gonna need another
Yeah,
form of
so
transportation. Listen, I'm getting you loaded up, bud. All right,
Now swimming in circles.
just hang in there.
Buddies in circles. They're still swimming
There
southbound.
we are.
Come up on land. Very shortly.
EMS, we're transporting the individuals to you, so you don't have to come into the swamp.
Southeast towards the shore.
Always so sketchy going through here.
I'll start making my way towards you and I'll stay on the road.
All right. Don't worry, I know where I'm going.
Still swimming south.
Perfect.
Do you want to pull in a little
Eddie,
bit
give
more
her a
for
nice
better
clear
triage?
warning.
Yeah, yeah.
What
the fuck does my leg look like that?
I have line of sight on her right now.
Oh my god, it looks horrible.
I want you not to look at it. I said it was
Oh
meant
my
that way.
god!
All
Oh
right.
my god!
But he's probably not on radio. Look.
We're here with EMS. They're gonna
Here we
keep
are.
the chill out.
Hello. Oh god. Okay.
All right.
Gone underwater. Wait for a second.
Hey.
Still southbound.
All right.
That's a little bit of an issue, right? I am gonna ask you a very simple question, and I think I know the answer, and I know what I'm gonna give you if you have a good answer. Right? Scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in right now?
I didn't feel it at first until I looked at it, and now it's excruciating.
Oh.
Okay, like, are we going to like go past the 10?
Yeah,
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you some morphine.
Alright, I'm
Do
gonna try and get
you
line of
know
sight
if you're
to
allergic to anything?
No,
If they're still
no
continuing
allergies.
southbound.
Give me the morphine, please.
Hmm.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
there we go. Okay, give it a minute or so to work through.
They have been warned.
Okay, that'll start making you feel a bit sleepy, drowsy, and I'll be able to work on you a little bit better,
Put their
okay?
hands up.
I'm going to
Please
check
place
to
them
see
in
if there are
cuffs.
any other wounds before I get to this leg, okay? 'Cause it's kind of
195.
Hey, Losvaldo. This is Matt
I
Rhodes
need
of the
help.
Blaine County
I
Sheriff's
need help.
Office.
I need
Informing you
fucking
that
help.
unfortunately,
I need
due to the circumstances surrounding Hell Night,
Betty, process.
I will not be able to respond to assist.
help. I don't fucking care. I just need help. Someone's trying to
Okay,
kill
have a
me.
wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, do you still have that food that needs to be delivered?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, please, I've passed out 4 times.
Oh, no. Do you need drinks as well?
I'm fine for now, but I could use one.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, it was just
You're a lifesaver.
it's just been one thing after another today.
This is the craziest I've ever seen it. I've never shot my gun so much during this shift.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Okay, so to come here
Transport her back
quickly.
to,
Right, she's
Bridge.
stable.
I'm
She's
fine,
stable.
Helen.
You all right?
Hang on. Her leg's taken care of. Right, let me get
Yeah,
a
I'm
quick...
fine.
Shut up.
Bit of check.
I told you you
She's
shouldn't be on
not
duty
fine.
right now. I've already told you this. You guys don't listen to me. Right, let's get a tourniquet on there.
I was
I
being
want
careful.
I know you're being careful. I want the doctor to check you out before you go back on duty. Do you understand? As your friend, I'm telling you this.
All right.
Thank you. All right. How's that feeling around your arm? Not too tight? It's tight enough, but I think
Process
the
of
blood might be
suspect got here,
stopping.
but his car's stuck to something apparently.
Okay, if it starts
Continuous
dripping again,
jumper
come and
car.
tell me, and I'll put a stop bleed IV on again, okay?
We can
All right.
take care of her.
Okay, give me 2 minutes.
I can transport her to
Right, so
triage
back
real
to
quick
you.
if you want to.
I don't want her bleeding out, and I don't want you dying.
I'll meet you on the beach there, I guess, where you're parked down for.
Right, so we're gonna get a
All right.
note
Just for confirmation, the guy over there, I suspect is TJ based upon the ID. I suspect reckless evading. Given that they were the driver, correct?
Yes.
Given they were the driver, do you want them to be hit as an accomplice to what we're going to be charging for?
Oh, 100%. These guys would have been in on it together.
Got it. All right. Understood. Then the person who swam out to sea, that person is only getting resisting, correct? Because at that point, nothing was in their... Okay. All right. And then regarding the... I wouldn't feel it appropriate to charge accomplice to criminal use of an explosive, but whatever charge we go with regarding attempted murder, we'll definitely push, and it'll be 2 counts.
The accomplice 2 times AMG and reckless evading, resisting.
Got it. All right, I will put up the report.
Road to the record, this is now the 3rd documented time that they've thrown mollies at Remy.
Why?
Yes, they're actively trying to kill me. Because of the reason that Claire's about to go into custody. She is the main suspect in a murder, and we have pretty damning evidence.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So they've been fleeing this whole time as a means of escape? Well, not a means of escape.
So,
that's what they're going to argue, isn't it? It wasn't a targeted thing. It was just... Is that what they'll argue?
No, we can say that this one was targeted because they left, then they approached, because I called it out, they came from the farm, so they had spoken to us, left, gone down the highway towards, heading towards
They dropped
Braddock
a 4th
Pass.
person off. There was 4 people up in Polito, and they were at refueling.
They dropped someone off before they Molotoved us.
Came back, yeah.
So someone didn't want to be involved.
Got it,
So there was planning in this attack.
Understood. All right.
I got a last one here. I don't know if she needs medical or not. I just brought her to triage.
Because theoretically, based on that logic, if I wanted to be a dick, I could even articulate accomplice on that individual because the person that didn't want to be involved got out of the...
A blood sugar problem has been fixed.
Fantastic.
Got it. Okay.
Are one of you 2 able to process the last female?
I'm processing the driver.
She's purely just resisting, if you don't mind. Otherwise, I can grab her.
If you could, I'm still trying to clean up that fucking the OIS scene with Reinhardt. We're on evidence. That's why we were nearby.
That's right. We are probably going to be taking the other female into interrogation. No, probably.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
If that is Margot, she needs to go to interrogation. She had been given a chance today to willingly come down to speak to us because she had willingly consented to speak before, but she chose not to come, and they did this instead, to our knowledge.
Okay. Betty, can you process the female that you arrested just with resisting arrest?
Resisting arrest? Yeah.
Why is she walking?
Davenport in the soft cuff.
I'm going to take all 3 of them because the other one has slugs in her arm from somewhere, and I told her she may get lead poisoning, so the doctor can take care of her and remove. Yes. Yeah. So these are all good to load up now. Do you want to check the cuffs and stuff?
Yep. I'm just going to do a very quick search, make sure there's no weapons on their person.
Just be careful of her leg because it is bent at a 90-degree angle.
Got it.
I'm going to be frisking at this time.
Whoever's processing this individual, they still do have a knife.
Right, I'm going to be looking for this large board right here.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab the knife and I'll hand it off to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are. The other individual is clear, dressed in all black.
Is she also going to CMC?
Here we are.
Yes, Betty.
And
she's got some slugs in her arm, a bit discolored, so I've told her she keeps them, she may get the risk of lead poisoning. So.
Oh, that's
All right.
true. Okay, right, she's ready to go.
We
Yep,
are
okay, I
good.
will get her in the ambulance for her.
Thank you.
Real quick, these I just want these off of their person for now. It's going to be this knife and that wrench.
EMS doctor.
All right.
Yep.
I have 3
Go.
patients coming in for you. One with slugs in the arm. I don't know if it's from this incident or a different incident. 1 second, I'm going to load him into the ambulance. You have a gentleman that's had a bit of a fall, had a laceration.
I'm not
and you
happy.
have a lady
Why?
who has a 90-degree break in her leg on morphine.
What's going on?
Wait.
What?
Betty, you look beautiful.
I'm a soggy brisket.
I've given her morphine. She
Well,
requires it kindly.
No,
You know,
look great.
We're good to roll out, by the way. Doctors are informed.
All right. I will follow. Let's roll. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Betty, can you grab the ingot
Don't
and
worry.
take that back to MRPD, please?
Oh, A-firm. I'll drop Betty off. You'll just have to escort EMS. Oh, actually, it's right here. Disregard. I thought I remembered that.
this?
Slim Jim.
Reinhardt had keys.
I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter.
Are you good?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 39076 CMC to retrieve 3 95s.
5 minutes in traffic.
They'll have processing officers, yeah.
Hey, firm. Just for clarification, I'm dealing with TJ. I believe I could be wrong here. Betty's dealing with the one that swam out, and then Remy. Hey, firm. Remy and Odette are dealing with who we believe to be Margot. Is that correct?
AFM.
Perfect.
Just a personal ingote?
AFM.
Well, 70976 MRPD won't ingote.
I have documented it. We will be zapping it.
Yes.
Oh. 424, was evidence collected from Stark City at all, or?
Me and Reinhardt have been working on that for the last 20 minutes. We're going back because we had to get more evidence. Bags, there's a lot.
Okay, I'll come and assist you guys.
I have 10 bags of evidence in my trunk for us to kind of go through and fill up.
Betty, let me know when you arrive at Mission Row PD. I'll break off CMC, pick you up, and then bring you over to CMC, unless you get a vehicle there.
Is that 47 at Stab City new?
I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't want to go in there when you're doing the evidence stuff.
That might have been Reinhardt.
There's a Calafia Road 47 22 minutes ago.
That's the one we're at right now. I think this was Reinhardt. Yeah, Reinhardt passed out while he was.
Wait, no. I don't know if that's true, because when I was responding to the 78s in Polito, I saw a 47 marker on my GPS, but I had just assumed that from the original call, I just wasn't in range of that GPS marker, so it didn't clear. But I did see a single one. Stand by. Let me see if it's the same.
Here at Step City, it was absolutely Reinhardt, I think, because
Hey,
he was on scene here. He told me he passed out like 2 or 3 times.
Got it. Okay.
Roads, I'll be at MRPD in 1 Mac.
Hey, firm. I'm just gonna swing by CMC and sort of hold until you get there, and then I'll quickly pick you up. So Odette and Remy, just know that I am gonna have to step away to pick up Eddie.
2923 PD.
Break off now. been hectic. Holy fuck.
I collected all the evidence on that side over there, on like on the road and the mountain, and that sort of beachfront. Just getting to like the city perimeter.
What a day.
I know.
Non-stop.
Already collected over here.
That's
did you
4
say,
reports now.
Yeah, I collected south of Staff City, like on the hilltop and the road, all to the south.
Oh, yours is 2-wheeling too. My CVPI keeps 2-wheeling recently today.
Everything to the west of the bank trucks.
The thing is, it doesn't two-wheel enough to actually flip, funnily enough, even if I full send. Just makes it not turn very well.
Well, I got told mine's just getting resistant arrest, so she'll probably be able to walk out from the back door. Doesn't even have any possessions.
I think a motorcycle's pulling into the area. I don't know if it's a local. I can't tell.
I'm gonna stay in the emergency lane, watching over the cars. If someone can grab my 95.
Like, right out again, so. It wasn't a local. I'm guessing they spoke to the guy here.
Yeah. Reserved for street race in Queen Alice.
Hold on a second. Charlie 16, 297 direct.
Sorry, 10-9?
Do you know Brixton's condition? Is he okay?
He left CMC. I don't know if I can say more than that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was in ICU or not. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Holy fuck, how is it so damaged? And saw.
Reinhard, did you get the beach yet where we were watching them fucking have a 2v2?
Negative.
Take care of the beach then.
Where's Helios? Yeah, I just got it through Helios. Alright, let me Victor. I don't know what we talked about before, but... Alright. Oh, fucking Claudia! Where's she been? She'll come back soon, right? Claudia always comes back.
That is situated. Current situation. Statement, roads. Radio. Oh my god.
Rhodes, are you on Freak?
Hey, firm.
Are you able to come up to the side room and just help escort us out? Because there's 3 of us and 3 suspects, and there's someone else outside.
Hey, firm.
My favorite shift 3 captain.
The person outside was
no, I
to be in the vehicle.
just to let you know, Remy, I sent him on the way with Henry tonight because he told me he took all his metal off to get an MRI, so I've got him away from the room.
What? No, I don't. I'm fine.
Sorry.
No, I got some news that you'll want.
What happened to your arm, bro?
All right.
Long story.
Hello.
Comes with the
Oops, sorry. Apologies. I locked it.
Stop being a clown.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Yep, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Take care.
Are you... Do we have keys to the side room? I don't remember. Are you able to lock it? Or I just want to make sure it's locked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go. Don't worry.
I imagine it's best to separate. So if you interrogate Margot at the BCSO, I think myself and Betty should process at MRPD or vice versa. Whatever works better for you guys.
I was just gonna say we can all go to MRPD because it's only Margot we need to deal with from the interrogation side of things. The others, like, they're just her friends, so no matter what, they will find out whatever happens from this interrogation. So
Got it. Okay.
It's not much of a worry.
TJ, what is wrong with you?
What do you mean, right?
Carry on with this, firing Molotovs, you're gonna lose your other arm.
Are your 395s out of the hospital yet?
A firm.
Thank you, I can let Henry know.
39076 MRPD 295s. All right, TJ, how you doing? Sorry, TJ, how you doing?
How are you, mate?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. TJ, from my understanding, because you were the driver of the vehicle, you are being charged with reckless evading, and also being charged as an accomplice to the attempted murder, but not to criminal use of explosives.
And you, darling, are just being charged with resisting arrest.
Yeah. Had you not have been the driver, I'm gonna be real, you'd also just be looking at resisting arrest, but given you were the
Well, you said you
driver.
already got everything where.
Unfortunately, you do
that-
cop that
no,
accomplice
no,
charge.
it's- yeah, that was definitely just me, right?
Do you guys check any of the rooftops yet?
Here we are.
I've been checking them as I've been going.
Right, watch your head.
Okay.
Here we are, and watch your
Oh,
head.
no.
We'll do a little swap-a-roo. Tell you what. There we go.
Why don't you want to
thank
hold
you.
me, right?
There we are. Oh.
No, you do that weird
Check the
wobbly
first
thing, and
rooftop
it
that they went to when they
amazes
first
me.
come down.
Oh.
The vehicle
Oh
we were
my
Yeah,
chasing.
the wiggle, right? Wiggle your knob. I wonder if she can do that now.
It makes me feel sick.
It makes me feel sick.
Can Robbie do that
My
now, right?
goodness.
Do the wiggle.
Stop wobbling your nub.
I don't know. That is gonna have to be a question for Remy. There we are. Oop. There we are. At any point in time, you know, the lights get a little too bright and, you know, it's difficult to see things, just let me know. I'll go ahead and
Oh yeah, I will.
go ahead and, you know, flicker the lights, I guess.
Thank you, bro.
No problem. Here we are. Any preference in cell?
The back one.
Got it. All right. Just gonna
Mask off you.
have to get you
Rob,
sorted here
Also,
first.
taking your mask off, yo.
Okay.
All right.
Robbie, right?
Who? What?
Robbie, right? Can you do the wiggle, right?
Just a heads up. I'm gonna be taking the mask off. All right.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm also going to be fingerprinting this time. See
Okay,
what you say.
Robbie.
Phoebe,
I'm
is that right?
Yes, they are.
Can you do the wiggle now with your arm, right?
I'm okay.
The
I'm
knob wiggle?
not missing that much.
Oh.
I am gonna be fingerprinting you here, so just try not to move your right hand too much, okay? You are perfect.
You flying high right now, Margo?
There we are.
Yeah, unless somebody asks.
I'm just gonna get you brought over.
I've got a bald cap on.
It's all right. Here we go.
Thank you, bro.
All right. You said big cell, right?
Yeah.
First come, first serve.
Thank you, bro.
Well, okay, now I have bad news. I can't unlock the cell. I'm not kidding.
No.
What are the odds? That's so fucked.
Anyone you want to put me in, bro?
Oh my gosh. I feel so bad.
That's okay.
It's been a day, let me tell you. It's been a fucking day.
Oh yeah, it's been a day for me as well, yeah.
There we are. All right, I'm just going to do one last quick search of your person.
Have you still got my locky pickings and my knife and shit, bro?
Yes. Let's see here.
I think we got most of the evidence here, guys.
So just to verify, the lockpick, the 3 lockpicks, specifically, there's a pile of 2 and then 1. I didn't want to put them all together.
Got any new passes?
Additionally, there's also the knife and I believe a
I
wrench.
found a few bits and pieces here and there, but
Let's
can't find any
see,
more now.
just a memento. All right. Now I am going to seize those possessions, so they will be placed in a bag, handed off to Department of Corrections, and returned to your person once you're released from prison. I am just going to quickly glance at the radio frequency here. I'm just going to take a look if it's on. All right. There we go. All right. So I will hand those off to DOC. I'm also going to get you taken out of the shackles. Once I exit the cell, I'll have you approach the little opening right here, and I'll get you out of cuffs.
Okay, bro.
There we are.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Let me just go speak with the other officers and double check. Well, actually, I'll do so in a second, but I don't anticipate it's going to be anything too crazy.
Okay. Take your time, bro.
Hmm. Accomplice, suspended or revoked license. All right. It seems as though it's going to be reckless evading, resisting arrest, operating motor vehicle on a suspended or revoked license, and attempted accomplice to attempt to murder of a government employee. I'm just going to go confirm with other officers just to double check, and unfortunately, none of those charges saved, so I'm going to put them back. One moment.
Perfect.
Cause yeah, you didn't have any illegal possession, so you're good on that front. There we are. Just a moment.
Okay.
With the bank tracking coming?
Oh, they're probably going right back to the fucking Snap City.
There was a car blocking it. The car's gone down to southbound Ellis Freeway now. Bank truck's northbound Sonora Road. There's a green and coloured wagon of some description.
All right. So, TJ, with the current list of charges, which is reckless evading, resisting, operating motor vehicle on a suspended or revoked license, and accomplice to attempt to murder of a government employee, prior to any reductions, you're looking at 67 months and a $7,080 fine and 6 points on your license.
Near as well.
Oh yeah, my license is.
Yeah, you have 134 points on your license, so this will bump it up to 140.
Perfect.
Let's see here.
Which I believe was, I arrested him today from the bank truck.
I think his vehicle is involved in the prior. So how do you plead to these charges?
We shot at earlier.
Yeah.
Was still sitting in Snap City.
Was that guilty?
That was the
Sorry,
white
the
number
radio's
as well.
quite loud, and it's been a very busy day.
That's okay.
Here we are. All right, Theo, if that's the case, I'm going to get you billed in the amount of $7,080.
Yep.
And let me just check the time. One moment.
Has my friend been set up yet?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. The best I can do here is 45 months. I know that's not too much off, but
Yeah,
it is what I'm allowed to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beyond that, TJ, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
I'm concerned about that strawberry in your mouth, right?
Yeah, haven't we spoken about this before? Listen, I get a new piece every day. Honestly, sometimes multiple times a day.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's not the same one. That would be gross. Not only that, it wouldn't be able to hold its structure, and then it's ugh.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about your own safety, right?
Now that'd be. Now I will say, getting a new piece every day does introduce. What if there's a fucking bug on one that I don't want to talk about it. Actually, it's kind of like. Have you ever seen those videos where people are cleaning like fruits and vegetables, and there's a bunch of bugs inside? No,
Like
no.
inside your banana and stuff.
Ew, gross. Now I don't.
Yeah,
I regret this conversation. I regret it. I regret it.
Stop having it in your mouth.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Ew.
Yeah, just be careful, bro.
Ew.
Get diseases, I know why.
Well, I'm gonna get you sent off.
Okay,
You stay
bro.
safe, TJ.
Yeah, you, bro.
Stop
Take it
getting into
easy.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, well. Bye, bro.
Have a good one. Oh, I billed you a second time. Let me undo that. Uno momento.
Oh my god.
Wait, how do you do that? No one ever taught me that.
Unbilling, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except instead of bill, it's unbill. So it'd be. I'll run that with you in just a moment. Now I'm gonna get you sent off. Sorry about that.
Right? Thank you.
Just a heads up, if you go to the bank and if you wouldn't mind going to the bank once you're released from prison, just double check that amount has been refunded, including the tax portion. I would appreciate it. If it doesn't match up, let me know and I'll make sure that's taken care of.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, I'm gonna get you sent off. Stay safe.
Okay, bro. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So just if you wanna do it for testing purposes, go ahead and bill me. My state ID is 1303. Bill me for $100.
Bill, state ID, and then number. Yeah.
Yep. So it'd be bill 1303. Yep. There you go. Now typically, you're good. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Typically, this is going to happen when you're sort of transitioning from billing someone to sending them off. You know, if you didn't sort of copy it properly or whatever. In my case, or I had assumed, you know, I had everything set up to send him off and I didn't. You would just immediately go through and exact same thing, except instead of bill, it would be unbill. So you can go ahead and give that a try. Yep. Perfect. And I've been notified that I was refunded. So it does take care of that.
Why don't I no longer see my 311s? You know, when I use my team. Oh.
Yep. So when you do that, especially like I'm gonna be honest, I billed him. It was like $7,080. Not the biggest deal in the world. If we were dealing with like a large scale situation and you know, hot guns and someone's being billed like $100,000 or something crazy, just go ahead and document the unbilling or like the refund portion that you're notified of. That way they don't sit there and claim, oh, I never got anything back. Like you did your due diligence, you know?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, aside from that, that's pretty much it. It has been a hectic fucking day. I'm exhausted already.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question.
What's up? Ask away.
Do you schedule FTO sessions?
I would normally say yes, but my schedule, I'm not sure if you noticed, I've barely been on duty the past couple of weeks. And if I have been on duty, it's for a couple hours, not anything. Well, it depends. I wouldn't be opposed to scheduling something, but the unfortunate reality is that because my schedule is all over the place, it's hard to like sort of set a time to do so.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty much
take me out when I'm in the queue. Otherwise, when you want.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. The only sort of like caveat that I have is like, I need the first hour of the shift to myself to sort of, you know, get everything in order and like, you know, get into the swing of things. That aside from that, as long as I'm going to be on duty, for sure.
Even if it's just for 1 hour, just so I get used to driving these crappy CVPIs. I don't care. I'm always happy if someone takes me out.
Yeah, I won't mind at all, to be honest. Thank
you so much, then.
No problem.
What else I want to ask?
No, you are good. You are good.
So what am I supposed to do with evidence if bullet casings after I do because I'm feeling every time I'm trying to ask this question, I do not get an answer that makes sense.
Okay, hit me with it.
When I do a ballistic test, what do I do with the evidence?
You toss those trash locker, and the reason you toss them is because
in the trash locker. Okay,
correct. The reason you toss them, okay, in an ideal circumstance, we would hold on to those. Let me clarify. You should photograph them, right?
Yes.
But they need to be thrown in the trash locker, because if you put them in the evidence locker for the active situation, when you use the VR system, it's going to sort of fuck everything up. Especially if it's a location sort of far away from, let's say, Mission Row. because I'm not sure if you noticed, but sometimes, you know, where you get placed in VR is dependent on where certain casings are. And if coincidentally they end up at the top of the list, specifically the ones that were the ballistics testing, you're going to start at Mission Row PD for a situation that happened all the way in Polito, and then you're going to have to manually go all the way to Polito in VR to look at the scene. You can also get a quick, let's see. If you look at the map, realistically, unless the situation happened at Mission Row or the BCSO, you should never see something on the map under evidence. If it shows something is there, then people put the ballistics casings there. I see why people would want to, because it's like, hey, yeah, no, this is like the exact match. These are the things I grabbed. But unfortunately, it fucks with our VR.
Yeah, I've been told to put them into the .1 locker.
You can.
But apparently that's not work. That does not work as intended. So it still puts them into VR.
Does it? Ooh.
Yes. Or at least I've been told. I don't know. It feels like, you know, I asked 3 people, I get 4 different answers.
My assumption is likely that we had a standard beforehand where everything was just thrown into the locker. And then VR, again, very finicky, so sort of the standard has changed. I don't know if it changed via SOPs. I don't suspect it has. Let me double check. Because you do bring up a good point, and ultimately that should be clarified, especially if you're continuously being given different answers. So let me see. Ballistics.
So I believe most people told me to trash it, but then I always try to ask, is it the trash locker or the trash in the things, and then in the... Because I remember very good in our first...
Okay.
In our first session here,
just a heads up,
never put any evidence into the trash locker, into the trash in the armory.
No,
people still keep throwing stuff in there.
Yes. So I did just clarify in our SOPs. It does state there will be when collecting and documenting casings and projectiles from ballistics tests, they're to be documented by taking a photo of the casing and projectile and adding a photo to the evidence in the report. Do not place the ballistics test casing or projectile into the evidence locker. This skews the mapped area of the evidence as well as the VR system, leaving us unable to analyze the scene via VR. And then the ballistics casings and projectiles can be discarded as long as they've been photographed, as shown in the photo attached to this report. And the photo has been uploaded. We'll show the ballistics casing matches a casing from the scene that was then added to evidence. So I was correct in saying, you want to know the crazy part? I said that with pretty decent confidence, and I'm gonna be real. That portion of the SOPs is relatively new. I didn't know that was specifically written in there. I'm gonna be so fucking for real. But it makes the most sense because, number one, you're proving that you conducted the ballistics test on the basis of having a photo of said piece of evidence. But additionally, you're also not fucking up the VR system. So because the SOPs indicate this, unless otherwise stated, unless someone specifically tells you, like in an active situation, like, hey, I want all the ballistics things in this locker because maybe they're going to do something with it. I don't know. Photograph the ballistics test casings and projectiles and then discard them. The more recent announcement regarding people putting shit in the trash locker is specific to like opening a dumpster, finding guns that are bad, and then tossing them in the trash locker. Because there needs to sort of be a chain of custody documented to some degree. So even if at the end of the day, those guns are going to contribute nothing, they're going to come back to nothing. We just need, let's say you stumbled upon a dumpster in Mirror Park and you found a deagle. Literally, you just throw that deagle in that evidence locker and your report only has to state, I went through a dumpster at this location, photographed the location, photographed the dumpster. And upon checking the dumpster, there's a deagle inside. You should obviously run it for like DNA and stuff. Mention if any of that came back. But ultimately, it should be in a report so that we can identify these things and not just, thrown away with no sort of track of it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Does it say here trash locker?
Where?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worded as trash locker. It says, hold on. All it says is it can be discarded as long as they've been photographed. And obviously, if it's being discarded, it should just be trashed. Which...
Yeah, but in the trash locker.
Well, I mean, that's our only means of discarding stuff.
Well, there's the trash in the armory.
No, those are the same.
Okay.
Come over here. You know there's a trash down here as well, right?
No.
Yep, right over here. A lot of people don't know this. Right here. Trash locker.
Okay. When I open the trash locker in the top, you get a small notification that everything will be refunded to the state in 4 hours.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the disposal locker. So that is from my understanding, there's only a couple things you can put in there: moonshine bottles and moonshine stills. There's we have not been able to locate anything else as far as I'm aware that fits in that locker. So again, specifically this and the one in the armory upstairs, like the one labeled trash, that's where you would put those casings because they end up getting taken. The one that you're referring to, again, the only thing we've been able to fit in there has been moonshine stills, the big ones, and moonshine bottles. Outside of that, we can't put anything else in there. So, and we don't even know what the fuck it contributes to. We were under the assumption like maybe it's generating money for the county, but like we haven't been able to determine that at all.
Okay.
But yeah, if you were to go to that locker and try to put stuff in it, you'd very quickly realize you won't be able to fit much aside from those things.
Maybe that's the confusion that I had because I was always thinking about these lockers.
Yep. But that's in the evidence room, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The armory one is identical to this one.
Okay. So I am allowed to put evidence in here as long as it's from ballistic text. Okay.
Yep.
Because I remember they were very. I'm just sorry. I'm repeating myself, but I just remember they were very clear at the.
Was it Alice? Did Alice say something about it?
I don't remember who it was, but it shouldn't matter since it's authority. That we were never supposed to put evidence or guns in there, and this would be our only warning.
Yeah, it's literally because people continuously.
You get one warning, and this was the warning.
Yep. I mean, there's a.
That's why I'm so adamant about getting a great answer for this.
I mean, the announcement: how to correctly dispose of rusted firearms and other evidence. And there's another report regarding pretty much the same thing. Where is it? Evidence in trash and forensics updates. It's recently come to Command and High Command's attention that officers/deputies are leaving evidence such as firearms and dirty money in the trash bin in the PD armory instead of properly logging and filing it in evidence lockers. It should not happen under any circumstances. Again, even if you just stumble upon it, report so that it goes into a specific locker, document where it was found, if it was given to you, who it was given to you by, where, and then conduct a DNA test, and that's pretty much it. Like, you don't have to sit there and try to investigate it further beyond that, because unfortunately we can't tie that gun to anyone. But the reason we do it is, let's say a week down the road we get someone in custody and they're like, yeah, the gun that you saw me use that day, I threw in this dumpster. Like, we can then sit there and reference reports for that gun in question, and see whether or not it was, found. But if we put it in this locker here and there's no report of it, it's like the thing never fucking existed. Gone like the wind. No paper trail. That's why there is a very big emphasis put on documenting stuff and not just throwing it in here. Yeah, that's pretty much the long story short.
Okay, good to know. So then the second thing is, I'm wondering why this never came up before, but civilian firearms, they go bad now.
I believe so. Yep.
How are civilians supposed to react when their firearms go bad?
So they are to hand them in. There's actually a. Let's see.
Because this includes me. I also have a rusted firearm, and I haven't bought a new civilian firearm yet because I haven't got rid of the first one yet.
Here we are. So there's a report referencing. Let's see. Pretty much. For the most part, you run it, or not run it, but you deal with it the same way as if you were to have stumbled upon it randomly. Civilian turns it in. You document that, this person made a 311 indicating that they were turning in a rusted out firearm that they didn't want to get into the hands of, any bad people. You should collect their contact information. Sorry, you don't necessarily need their phone number. It's sort of best practice, though, to get it if you can. They aren't required to, provide it to us. But ultimately, you get their ID. And again, simple report. John Doe, or on this date, John Doe handed out a rusted firearm registered to them. They did have a valid weapons license at the time that this occurred. And, sort of leave it at that. And then you put it in the evidence locker.
So the $1 million question is: Do I run ballistics?
You can.
If it comes back?
You can, because in the announcement, which is report number 22232, it states additionally the forensics team has
22232.
Yep, 22232. It says additionally the forensics team has informed us that they found a way to be able to run rusted guns that can no longer be discharged. In order to do so, you place the rusted firearm in the appropriate evidence locker and wait for the forensics team to do their work and provide you with the data you can use to run the firearm. This is only possible for rusted guns. Guns that are still functional must be ran the standard way you've all been taught. So if the gun is usable, we are absolutely, without a doubt, required to fire the firearm. If the gun is rusted, then we can still determine if it's a hot gun by putting it in the evidence locker, because we'll still sort of generate not necessarily something similar to a casing, but they'll be able to look at the gun and we would run it identically to a casing, if that makes sense. I should be able to give you an example. If you look at incident, let's see, 16017. No, sorry, wrong one. Where's the Stab City one? 16014.
Yes.
All right, so look under weapons for this report. This is going to come up with any report that has a bunch of firearms. You're good.
Incidents?
Yep, 16014. It's titled Jewelry Store into.
I'm sorry. My brain is going to mush because I saw multiple.
You're good. Don't worry.
That's a big shooting.
You got the report open, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
16014.
Under evidence to the right-hand side, select weapons. There should be 14. And the first one should start with 341A.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what's going to generate in the event where you put a weapon in the locker. But again, if the weapon is functional, so assume, a situation where you just arrested someone, we don't use that as like, okay, we're going to run the casings. But if the gun is not functional, we would use that as sort of like a direct replacement for casing. So you would then search the 341 A8929 thing in evidence to see whether or not it's hot.